So you really want to farm animals in Project Zomboid?
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I'm sorry to break this to you, but you are not a true Zomboid player. If a true Zomboid player sees an animal, there's only one option.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Alright, jokes aside, there is nothing wrong with it as long as you're having fun. So today I'm going to spread my knowledge about animals in Build 42. Now, I am going to be using a debug menu because collecting stuff and waiting on certain things to happen can take a really long time. So you can farm animals pretty much anywhere as long as you set it up correctly. For example, the obvious thing is to enclose the area so that animals don't run away when scared. So for example, if you shoot a gun right near them, they might run away and you just may not find them. So to set the zone for your animal, you need to click here on the left side of your screen. Now as you can see, we can add, rename or remove the zones. If you add the zone to an existing one, they will merge. Right now it doesn't show as merging, it shows as two different zones, but they actually merge, so animals can travel between them. So if the zones are separate, animals can only stay in their zone, in theory. However, it doesn't work yet because my animals escaped into the existing zone, even though the zones weren't touching. And on top of that, there is a glitch. Because my livestock zones don't show up in the vicinity, it is going to be fixed. So, animal info tab. Let's see what this stuff means. So type, breed, gender, age, health, appearance, encumbrance and weight, and pregnant traits are obvious, and it's just a general info about the animal. Mating season, it should differ based on the animal. At this time, I can't give you the exact calculations. Attitude, so this is basically whether the animal is calm or scared. So for example, if you decide to fire a gun near them, they will start running away and ignore the zone they're in. And if the animal is stressed, they can leave the zone anytime. And this is also why you need the area enclosed. Livestock zone is the zone that the animal is located in. Other, we'll go into details later. It is more of a mechanic rather than an information, so. And the last one is player acceptance. I will keep it real with you, I don't really know what it does. You can increase it by petting an animal every once in a while, but you can't overuse it because it just stops giving you acceptance. Also, being near the animal increases the acceptance value. However, I didn't see a significant change of it being low, so I only have a hypothesis that if the animal doesn't accept you, it will get more stressed and eventually run away. That's my only option. So now that we're done, let's get off of this zoom. Okay, almost done. Now to start off, we need to keep our animals alive. I know it might be a shock to you, but stay with me. So we're going to head into the building menu, then farming, and choose feeding trow. Wait, trow? What?
Trough.
Well, shit. Okay, so build 2 of them. 1 for water, 1 for food. Also, make sure you put them in the farming zone, or your animals just won't find them and starve to death. Now we want to fill up the feeding troughs with water and food. Now you can put any food. I tried pasta for example, but that gives little to no food. In this case, we go to the debug mode and get 5 buckets of water and 2 animal feed bags, and put them into the feeding troughs. You can get animal feed bags in the barns. For example, the barn that I'm in usually spawns the feed bags, so. Also, in order to fill with water, you have to right click on the feeding trough and fill it. And in order to put the food in, you have to use the inventory system, like you use with shelves. If you've done everything correctly, if you use the debug mode and make the animal hungry, they will go to eat. Now, we want a female animal to have babies. You'll need a male and you'll have to wait until the mating season. Notice that the other row went away completely. Now, technically you can milk a pig, but in Project Zomboid you can't, and I don't think there are any crafts that use the pig's milk, so I'll just show you how to milk a cow. So after some time you'll get this button in the animal info tab called milk animal. That's basically it. You just need to have some kind of a container, like it can be a bucket, it can be a soda can, anything that just can hold water basically. Now that we're done with this, let's look at the buildings. There are quite a few of them, but don't worry. If you're still confused, you can read the descriptions of every building and what it does. But note that the small leather and large leather drying racks are for different animals. So for example, large drying rack won't work with sheep and medium won't work with cows. I will tell you what buildings you need for each individual animals in a few moments, don't worry. So now that we've covered the basics for most animals, we're going to focus on butchering because those buildings are mainly for butchering. So how to butcher? In terms of buildings, you'll need softening beam, tanning barrel, medium leather dryer for sheep or pigs, and large leather dryer for cows, and optional a butcher hook. Butcher hook basically allows you to harvest more stuff, but it's not necessary. And you'll also need some tools, fleshing tool, hunting knife, and an empty bowl. So assuming that you've already taken the animal out of its misery, you want to carry the corpse to the butchering hook and place the body there. Then, as you can see, you can harvest blood, the head, leather, or the meat. Obviously meat is for you to eat. Blood you'll need for some crafting, but at this point I'm not really sure what it's for yet. The head you'll need for its brain in order to create a bowl of brain tan. That is why you need an empty bowl. And to prepare leather, first you'll need to use a softening beam. This is where you'll need to use your fleshing tool. After that, you'll need to use your tanning barrel and your bowl of brain tan. And the last thing is to dry it on the medium or large leather dryer, it depends on your leather. That's it, now you have the leather for crafting. You can go into crafting menu, required items, and type in the leather name, and it will show you what you can do with the leather. You can use the same process for cows, sheep, and pigs. How to do sheep shearing and process raw wool. In the animal info tab, you have the wool row that shows you how much wool sheep has. Once it has enough wool on it, you can use your shears and shear the sheep and get raw wool. Now you can either keep it and use it for crafting, or you can process it even more into spin thread or spin yarn. In order to do that, you'll need spinning wheel from the buildings tab. And finally, chickens. So obviously you need a chicken hutch in order to use chickens for farming. Once you have that, pick up a chicken, open the hutch door, and just throw it in there. You'll also need a male chicken in there so you can create eggs basically. Now here's the important part. You need to keep your doors closed so that the predators can't kill your chickens. However, chickens can escape if all the doors are locked. So from time to time they will escape the hutch. And another problem is that if your doors are closed, they can't come back. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. So it depends on you if you want to keep the doors open or closed. Now if you paid attention, you would have seen that there is a dirtiness bar. Now I cannot guarantee that I got this right, but I believe it affects the rate at which you get the eggs. And so how do you clean the hutch? You need water, and you need dish towel or mop or broom. That's basically it. And for those who want to butcher chicken, just don't. It's not worth it. And if you still want to, just kill the chicken and butcher it, that's it. You don't need any other buildings. And that's everything you need to know about farming animals in Build 42. From raising them to crafting with their materials, this update brings a ton of exciting new possibilities, and this is only a drop in the ocean. Let me know in the comments if you have any more tips or questions.